is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a Little Cup match. This one is against my good buddy Chad. Honestly, it's been forever since I've played Little Cup, so I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I've kind of experimented a little bit with this team, and it's actually really fun. If you're unfamiliar with what Little Cup is, essentially, we use baby Pokemon all at level 5, and it's kind of got a little metagame of its own. It's really kind of interesting, and it's fun to see these Pokemon in action, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Looking at his team, I'm kind of afraid of the Munchlax. But then again, anything could be a threat. That's why Little Cup is so awesome. Literally, you can make anything work, and the most random things can be pretty effective. So let's go ahead and hop into the battle here. So I decide that my best lead option is probably my Chinchou. Considering I'm Choice Scarfed, I'll be able to get a nice little Volt Switch and pivot on whatever he leads with. As he leads off with the Rafflecopter, which is the Hoppip. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, as that's going to knock him down below half, but unfortunately he has the Berry Juice, which you'll come to realize a lot of Little Cup Pokemon do run because it's like the best damn item ever, especially if you have a Pokemon that has Refresh, because you can get it back and stuff. But yeah, so I decide to Volt Switch into my, I almost called it Rapidash, my fucking Ponyta here, who is looking nice and blue and shiny and majestic and shit, as I actually get hit with a Sleep Powder. So I realize that he's probably going to want to start setting up a Swords Dance little sweep action going on here, so I decided to switch into Ghastly. As now he goes for the substitute, so it's pretty much confirmed what he wants to do here. I only really see Jumplefts doing the Swords Dance thing, but I guess it makes sense that this thing would do it too. And really, I'm not afraid of this thing because Ghastly is faster, so he actually takes this opportunity to play with some swords here. He's going to raise his attack, but honestly, I don't have to be afraid because I do outspeed, and he probably just kind of wanted to sack off the Hoppip there. I guess because he didn't want to risk switching into something else on a Sludge Bomb and just figured it was probably better to lose the Hoppip, but either way, I'm pretty stoked about that because I got rid of that damn thing early, so alright. Now he goes into Crunchwrap, and Chad's nicknames are fucking epic here. But yeah, he goes for the Protect just to kind of scout out what I'm going to do, but I actually end up staying in here and going for the Sludge Bomb. I know that he is going to get the speed boost and be faster next turn. He is able to hit me with a Crunch here, but I decided to stay in because I knew I was going to be able to take at least one and then hit really hard in return. So I live with a Focus Ash, and he shows me that he has Life Orb. So I go for the Sludge Bomb here just to get as much damage as possible. And baby Ghastly is not playing games here because that knocks out the Carvanha. That thing does not have the best defenses, so I knew it was going to do a lot, if not kill. But now, so he brings in the Cyndaquil. I expected to be Choice Scarf and be able to outspeed me, so I'm actually able to get a nice little chunk of damage with a Sucker Punch there as he goes for the Eruption. So baby fucking Typhlosion over here doing Typhlosion's job, and yeah, so this allows me to switch into Chinchou again, and I know that he probably is not going to want to stay in here, so this allows me to just go straight for another Volt Switch, and then I'll be able to get the matchup. So he goes into DJ Khaled, which is his Munchlax, and it doesn't seem like Munchlax is that much of a Little Cup Pokemon, because you can totally use this thing like with an Eviolite and actual other tiers and stuff, but whatever. So I get the Volt Switch. This allows me to get a matchup into Mindfu, and this thing is amazing in Little Cup. Let me tell you, it's fucking Regenerator. It can pivot with U-turn. It's pretty damn awesome. But I go for the knockoff there, actually expecting him to kind of switch out, but he stays in. He's able to then hit me with a Body Slam, which paralyzes me, which is kind of annoying, and he now is able to go for another one, which leaves me with 1 HP, but I get paralyzed. I was going to go for a Drain Punch, get a little bit of health back, but down goes my baby Mindchow, which is annoying, but I guess I gotta deal with it. I think it would have been really useful later, but it's all good. So this allows me to then switch back into Chinchou. Honestly, this fucking flashlight here is the most useful thing ever because it's Choice Scarf and it hits really hard. And honestly, a lot of the Pokemon in Little Cup do not like the electric water typing. So now he's gonna switch into his Foongus here. It's hard for me to remember these things' damn names, but Foongus, look at how tiny that little asshole is. The smallest little mushroom ever. I'm now going to switch into my Ponyta just because I'm Eviolite, I'm relatively bulky, I can take a Sludge Bomb as you can see there, and I kind of want to just wake up here, and I actually am carrying the Morning Sun so I can get some health back, as it's going to take him at least 4 of those Sludge Bombs as it's looking like so far. So he decides to switch out because I'm probably going to wake up soon, and he goes into his Cyndaquil again, but I freaking stay asleep. Ponyta is just not having it like a lazy ass here, and he's able to then outspeed me, obviously because he's Choice Scarfed, and an Extra Sensory is able to take out my pony. So the match started off in my favor, but it's evened out here pretty damn quick. Little Cup is really interesting. Things can change super quickly in this, but yeah, so I switch back into Flashlight here. He actually is able to outspeed because he's Scarfed as well. He gets an Extra Sensory crit, which is annoying, as I just went for the Thunderbolts because I figured it would be enough to kill it. I didn't have to risk going for the Hydro Pump. So now he brings in Polyswag, which I probably should have just stayed in on and just went for a Thunderbolt because it would probably kill it, but for some reason I felt like he was going to be stashed or something like that, so I decided to switch into Carvana here, as he actually goes for the damn Hypnosis, and of course that puts me to sleep, so that's pretty unfortunate he was able to land the Hypnosis, as now he goes for the Belly Drum, and I'm like, oh Jesus, so that's what this thing wants to do, huh? So he's going to maximize his attack, and then unfortunately for me, he has Berry Juice, so now he's back to full, so he has max attack, full health. This thing is kind of scary. If it was faster, it would be definitely a threat. But actually, I think Poliwag is one of the fastest Little Cut ones, which makes it pretty interesting. But I do still have the Chinchou in the back of my team with the Choice Scarf, so I will be able to outspeed it. Unfortunately, I do have to lose my damn Bruce here to a Waterfall, which is unfortunate, but at least Brucey died for a good cause, because this allows me to bring back out the Flashlight, and I'm able to finish this thing off with the T-Bolts, which I probably should have done in the first place. Honestly, he had some balls switching this thing in on it in the first place, but yeah, down goes the Poliwag, and I don't have to worry about that anymore, so that's amazing. But now he brings out the Fungus again, and I honestly don't really have much of a reason to switch out here, so I decided to just kind of stay in and scout out how much a T-Bolt will do. Unfortunately for him, I actually end up getting the Paralyze, and he gets paralyzed on the first turn, so I was like, wow, that's kind of shitty. But I really just decide to stay in here and get as much damage off on this thing as I can with Chinchou because of the fact that this little mushroom guy is his last Pokemon, and I do have a full health Archon in the back of my team, which can just finish this thing off. So he actually ends up the matchup with a pretty decent amount of health. But ADD comes out, who's not as spracked out as his evolution here, but he's all shiny and looking awesome. So I'm able to go for an Acrobatics. It is not going to finish this thing off, obviously, on the first turn because I do have the Berry Juice item, and his Giga Drain doesn't even knock me to the point where I'll actually activate Acrobatics full power, but one more, luckily, is able to finish off the Fungus. So that is going to be the end of the match there. This was one of my first Little Cut matches back after not playing for a couple years, so I kind of have a new interest in it. It's really fun. It's kind of a little bit different seeing these Pokemon do some stuff, but hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment telling me if you want to see some more Little Cup matches, or what, any tier for that matter, because I'm going to kind of experiment with some new Pokemon and stuff. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.